I'll probably do that light. So we're live. I tried to do their streaming protocol, but apparently my laptop isn't strong enough. So we're not going to do that. But what we are going to do is just going to have this go in the background, I guess, while I find people on the internet. Let's do that. I read my books, which is great. Now let's see if I can get 10 people. If I get 10 people, this is a job. And I have monetized my creation of a third political party in the United States. Seems like everyone wants that. Seems like something to do. I don't know if I'm the best person to do it, but I'm a person who wants to do it. All I need to do is find 10 people a day to buy my books, and I can do that for a job because I'll be making minimum required to live. So let me just do one last check of my text. And here we go. Okay, so where should I find people first? It's 6:50. Hmm. 6:50. For this hour, the first hour, of course, is going to be the Reddit hour. Let's find people on Reddit. Where should I go? Let me make a list of. I don't even need a list. What do I have? I have 2 minutes. I have 4 different ways in which my website can be consumed. A 2-minute version, 20-minute version, 200-minute version, and then about a month. So there's a lot of content on there. Some of it probably better than others. On us, what are we going to do? New post. Can I write a post? Let me go to popular. I'll go to something that's up and coming. Are we trying to go viral? Or are we trying to go one by one? I'm not even sure. We're just trying to find 10 people today. We're just trying to do a proof of concept today. So let's go to the stuff that is rising, where everyone is getting on. Let's try to get into the mix. 70 comments. My husband with his latest painting. No, that's what I'm going to do. I think what I'm talking about is very topical. So let us. I haven't even tried. I've never actually tried to talk to people through Reddit. This is all going to be an interesting learning experience. It's just shit that I've never really been interested in doing. Oh my gosh. There we go. Turn the audio off of that so I could see myself. And all right, let's go. We need 10 people. 10 people who agree with what the Shazman is saying. That's interesting because if I send people links, if I say, hey, my name is Shaz and I'm trying to more affirmative language Shaz. My name is Shaz and I am starting a third political party of which I'm the minimal viable candidate. So we can have a convention next year, elect a qualified president and a qualified roster of candidates who actually believe in character and verified actual reality as opposed to all this insane bullshit by which American politics and politics in general is run through emotional manipulation and all the rest. So I say that, then I say here, you can find out what I'm about in 2 minutes, 20 minutes, a couple hours, or a month. If they take the month route, they're not going to get back to me, right? How much time do people have? How much interest? We're going to test a lot of assumptions here, I say. Insert WW2 reference here. Maybe. World War II. I could talk about war. Pull that guy up. Come over here and fight me, nachos. Meh. Some Redditors will not be able to resist and will physically touch the screen to virtually boop. Billy Ray Hendricks. Now, don't be... I guess... race. We're going to stay away from race. Maybe I will just live barefoot. No. What is this? I'm John and I'm human. Dem reps say they were denied access to immigration detention center. That one should have some good topical political conversations. It's weird but cool. Doodle. It's floating by just a hair. No one has ever been in an empty room. I'm no longer allowed to talk about the environment because they say it's a political issue, but it's not. It's a scientific issue, and saying it's a political issue makes it stupid. All right. Can't disagree with Pornhub. All right. Let's try these three. Let's learn how to comment on Reddit, make friends, and influence people. Okay. 17 comments. Insert WW2 reference here. Oh, this is Rainbow Six. This is like gaming. Russia national anthem, ear rape commences. Holy shit, ha ha ha. I don't think gaming community is going to be my first choice. That's another thing. After I do Rising and other stuff, maybe I'll go deep into like Buddhist communities or other anarchist communities, affiliates who would actually maybe care. All right, what is this? Politics. Dem reps say they were denied access to immigrant detention center. You know what I was going to do? My original idea was to find people who I feel like seem level-headed, who would support a cause like this by their posting. So let's see if I could do that. Now, what did I say? Let's say this is 7. So I'm starting at an even 7. I'm spotting myself 4 minutes. It's 6:56. If I could get 2 people an hour, then that is $20 an hour. And then this is a job. 2 people an hour to buy my book. It's not that much. So I'm hoping to make contact with one person every 2 to 3 minutes, maybe. And then I'll be, I'm hoping for like a 10% conversion ratio of people that contact the people who actually purchase. And that might be optimistic. It might be like 1 out of every 100. But let's see. We're going to start tracking metrics. Me being salesman Shaz, knowing a little bit about how to do shit like this. All right. So over from 7 to 8, I want to contact at least 20 people. That's what that will be the goal. It is unreasonable and unlawful for elected officials to be denied access to immigration detention center. Authoritarian government behavior. I don't know if they would agree with me. I want to find people who say, well, Democrats are also bad, but like not in a way that supports Trump. You know what? We're not going to start off on these young things. That would be good if I get in on a discussion young, but capitalism is not a political issue. I hate the fact that science has somehow become political. You know, that was another idea I had, is maybe I will find a conversation that's already going on, because there's going to be a lot of traffic there. That's what I was going to do. Let's do that. Let's do controversial. Look at, I'm missing the obvious. There doesn't seem to be anything here in controversial. Do I have, what are my preferences? Maybe I have age restrictions. All right. Unsubscribed from all emails. That's good. I'm over 18 years old. I'm willing to view adult content, include not safe for work, enable private RSS, make my votes public, allow my data to be used for research, don't allow search engines to index, allow Reddit to log my outbound clicks for personalization. Right. So I guess that controversial has nothing to do with that. You know what? That's what I could do. I guess I could create subreddits for all the things that my book addresses, like anarchism, Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, political parties. Well, let's just jump into the mix. This is just going to take some patience, Shaz. Hot. New. No. What is this? Popular. That's what I'm trying to do. Popular and all. We'll do those two. Let's do all. We're going to go for the fat middle of Reddit. No, not for people, but. All right. 341 comments. Maybe we'll find a couple people in there. For the Watergate guy, criticizing Trump. What else? Absolute human filth lets her maid fall for a 7th story balcony. That's not really. No, not one person in this footage is on the earth anymore. That's like an old picture from way back in the day. I need something that criticizes both Democrats and Republicans. And then that's going to get the independents out. So I'm sitting there, sunshine on my titties. Why am I getting this? They just throw random porn things into your... Huh. That's interesting. Reddit just... That's interesting. I didn't know that the non-suitable for work stuff just gets thrown right into the regular streams. It was a cute girl. Back in the day, black person Twitter. Reddit in a nutshell. Here we go. That's not suitable for work, though. Islam is evil. People get mad. Christianity is evil. People get happy. Oh, that's going to be a good one. That's headed up. Anon contemplates multiverse. Gone wild. So these, I'm getting distracted because there's all these titty posts right in my stream. This is modern internet browsing. I didn't realize. I thought the naked stuff was, it just automatically comes into your stream. It's cool. I'm not complaining, but fish ass. To relax, sometimes I make family portraits of my favorite TV families, blah, blah, blah. Please never change Jeremy. Horrible rapper visiting a school. When my boyfriend's sister was addicted to prescription meds, I filled up one of my old bottles with laxatives for her to find. As a confession. Cursed toy, doggy and his favorite. Lisa, oil and canvas. Republicans freak out as data shows that their party is dying off. There we go. Yeah, show what we need. We got 4 now. No, we don't. I accidentally opened up the wrong one. Fuck, I accidentally opened up the wrong ones. Anyways, we'll start these 2. Reddit in a nutshell and Republicans freak out. Let's go in here and let's find our people. Okay. Lol these comments. I'd much rather openly be an atheist in a Christian country than an Islamic one. There was an AMA from a teenage guy in Syria a few months ago, everyone telling him he was so brave just for existing. Until he pretty much said that gays, atheists, and Jews should be killed, but Christians were kind of okay. Alright. Well, is it gonna... How am I gonna... Now it's 7:05. I really need to speed up. Pretty much. Huh. Even atheism will ban you for talking about Islam in a negative way. They even have a guide on how to indoctrinate non-believers. As an atheist, atheism is a shithole. I'm glad to have been banned from there. Okay, so here's my first attempt to contact someone. I'm going to say, you were banned from atheism? Hey, name of the person I'm messaging. I just wrote a book where I argue with myself about my own Christian bias. It's a little kooky, but it's free. It's free. Trying to spread the word, and I'm new at this, so ignore if it's not a good way, if it's not appreciated. But if interested, here's a link. There we go. What we're doing is we're going to see if I can send a bunch of these. Maybe one of my assumptions is wrong, that I can only message so many people an hour. That would destroy my whole idea. Okay. I contacted one person in the 5 minutes. I'm not a robot. And away we go. And then I'm going to go to... then I have to go back to get back into that thread. Motherfucker, I'm not going in the threads. I'm going to the articles that the threads link to, but it's okay. And then and I really have to get on the books too, so that way I can kind of ask them if I could give a presentation. I'm going to go into my messages now and see if I can keep track of these. So, I sent that message. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. And I have the link in there, and it allows the link to work. Hi, blah, blah, blah. I just wrote a book where I argue with myself about my own Christian bias. It's a little kooky, but it's free online. I'm trying to spread the word, and I'm new at this. So ignore if it's not appreciated, but if interested, here's a link. Okay, that's good. Let's see if that... We're going to do 10 of those. All right. Let's find more rational people in here. I don't know if that was a rational person. Islam is okay with people of the book. They just have a special tax for them. Yeah, maybe it's the religion's official stance. But unfortunately, many Muslims in the Middle East tend not to care much for Jews. I'm guessing due to, blah, blah, blah. Error censored, please do not. Syria has, I want someone who's going to provide some historical context and say, yeah, people can be shitty, but when you oppress people for so long, there's a natural reaction, and it's going to be a shitty reaction. Our person who says, look at this, who's not discussing in a vacuum, that's what we're looking for. Syria has been in a civil war consisting of at least 3 armies since the Arab Spring. They use chemical weapons on civilians, for fuck's sake. So that is a pro-U.S. stance. I don't know much. And they're the closest thing to good guys. So that's someone who knows a little bit more. Kurds, yes, definitely. As a guy from Syria who doesn't stand with the Assad government regime or oppose it, there's no proof of chemical weapons. The UN started an investigation and Trump ordered an attack before they even came. And in my opinion, it's part of a larger scheme. There we go. That is someone who is seeing the bigger picture. And he's from Syria. Let us message him. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. My name is Shaz, and I'm running for president. Not sure how I'm going to do this. My first thought was to find rational minds on the interwebs to support me. But in good faith, I've made my book for my auto bio. There we go. Auto bio, including my personal experiences and political beliefs, freely available, free online. So, you seem. So, here's a link. If you like, support, or share as able, and if not, or ignore. And if this doesn't seem like a good way for me to spread my message, I'm also open to feedback. Probably a little too wordy. We'll do the website. See, Shaz, how are you going to contact? Well, I don't know. 2 and 12 minutes. I'm getting better. See, the thing is, I'm originating a job. If I figure out how to do this, I could give tips on my employees. That's what I did in real estate. You learn how to do the job, you train others how to do the job, you start managing. Thanks. Probably. You're my second outreach. There you go. We're going to just do original. We're going to do original. I'm just going to do off the top of my head until something sticks, until we get one person. What are we doing? How am I going to find out if they... Oh, I'll get an email. I'm going to get an email update if anyone actually pre-orders one of my things. Okay, so we sent that guy a message. Let me check my messages, make sure it went through. Because Reddit has a funny way of like shadow punishing you without you knowing, in case I'm doing anything wrong. I sent 2 messages. All right, so 2 messages. Don't pat yourself on the back just yet, Shaz, but we have, that's cool. All right, so back into the Here you go. Boom, 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 boom. Just like Saddam had WMDs. Ah, I love it. All right. See, rational people of the world unite. Let's message this guy too. This makes me feel better. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because when we get together, we realize that the world's not all crazy. The world's not all crazy. Hi, friend. Chaz here, your neighborhood barbarian. I'm running for president, but not really sure how to start. So my first idea is to troll Reddit for like-minded people. I like your comment. Being a service member. When this whole shit show started, I care a lot about the war because my fam and friends got fucked over. It's light editing. I don't really want to spend too much time on this. I care a lot about the war. Boom. Here's my website about who I am and what I believe. Any feedback appreciated. Appreciated. Though Reddit is all over the place, the rational comments make the rest of us feel like we're not alone. So thank you for speaking up. Many more. I'm sure many more. I'm sure you also help others. Like, not just a hive mind. Not just a hive mind. That's a good one. Eventually, I'm going to get good copy where I'll just start copying and pasting it. That's a good one. We'll see how the next one feels. That guy inspired me, I guess. Let's see if... I think Reddit's going to I'm afraid they're going to, if I keep sending messages like that, they're going to just quietly cut off my messaging. All right. So I've sent 3. I can do 1 every 5 minutes. I have to speed it up. All right. But this is a good thread. I'm getting some really good. CIA used chemical weapons and blamed Assad. There we go. There's another one. I like this guy. He's a conspiracy theorist after my mind, Moan's heart. A conspiracy theorist after my own heart. Hey, friend. I'm scrolling through it probably. I'm looking for like-minded people on Reddit to help me start a third political party. That's what I should do. I like this. This is going to be my standard copy now. We're going to run with this for a minute. If you have 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 200 minutes, and 7,500 minutes. I wanted to do that pitch anyways. If you have 2 minutes, that's why. Because this being Reddit, people will love the fact that I'm being conscious of their time. If you have 2 minutes, blah, blah, blah. So if you have 2 minutes, here's my That's what I should say. Here's my pitch, depending on how much time you got. There you go. That's what we will do. We'll say 2 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, we're gonna do this. And this is gonna, I really have to do this copy and paste. You can't. That's what real estate taught me too. You can't fall in love with like cleverness. You just gotta find something that works, but the minimum thing that works. Also, we're still, when you're iterating, we're gonna shoot this out maybe 20 times and see if it's good. Oh, no, we're good. Are we good? No, I just closed that subreddit by accident. All right. Where was it at? Gosh darn it to heck. We'll figure it out. I'll find it again. Let me finish this. 7,500 minutes. Here we go. And so it says, hey, friend, I'm looking for like-minded people on Reddit to help me start a third political party. I liked your comment. I identify with your comment. That's what it is. I identified with your comment. Identified. And then I'll say, my name is Shaz, and my name is Shaz, and I'm looking for like-minded people, not on Reddit, anywhere. So, hi, friend. I identified with your comment. My name is Shaz, and I'm looking for like-minded people to help me start a third political party. Here's my pitch, depending on how much time you got. 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 200 minutes, 7,500 minutes. Any advice or support appreciated. And thanks for providing a rational voice among the noise. That's good. It's a little bit alliterative. I do S. There we go. This is the one we're going to spam. But I have an idea. I have a feeling that Reddit's going to be able to tell if I'm spamming people. They ain't going to let me. All right. I'd assume. There we go. So I sent all of these guys. No one's responding, which makes me wonder if these messages are getting through. We'll find out. All right. Let's go back to hot. We're going to pull up that Watergate guy criticizing cabinet door, being rich, PC, getting a new phone. Lovely profile pic. There's so much like hate and knee-jerk reactions on this site. Some of the stuff is really depressing. This reminds me a lot of that Brave New World 15 Minutes of Hate. People just get each other emotionally riled up. And emotions make us less rational, better consumers, all that stuff. But anyways, that was I picked a good one. I just have to find that subreddit again. Today I fucked up by fucking my boyfriend into a seizure. That's interesting. Here we go. Not one person in this footage is alive on Earth anymore. I'm going to pull that guy up. We got the Watergate one. Let's pull up a couple more. Mom tried to get me pregnant at 14, claiming I owe her for giving me birth. Huh. I don't even want to know. Yeah, whatever. Kids are stupid anyways. Read it in a nutshell. Oh, here we go. That's what it was. Read it in a nutshell. Claiming that we're protecting Islam. Yeah. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do these four. So let's go back in here. I'd much rather openly be an atheist in a Christian country than in an Islamic one. Let's not have any state religion, though. Okay, pretty much. Oh, maybe I should organize these by controversial. There we go. It's all evil. Yeah, let's talk to that guy. That's good. Just different strains of the same virus. That's what I believe. I mean, I think religion serves a purpose, but right now that purpose is to manipulate people. I think religion serves a purpose just being used to manipulate right now. There we go. Identified with your comment. There you go. How many people have I messaged? 726. I should have messaged. I'm trying to hit one every 5 minutes this first hour. So I sent that off. And then I'm going to go over here. I have a feeling they're going to cut me off. I don't think Reddit's going to let me do this. Hey friend, identify with your comment. My name is Shaz and I'm looking for like-minded people to help me start a third political party. Here's my pitch depending on how much time you got. 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 200 minutes, 7,500 minutes. Any advice or support appreciated, and thanks for providing a rational voice among the noise. Okay, that's good. You lead with a compliment. Let's see. Let's wait for someone to tell me it's retarded. All right, that was Pay for Blood. Ah, shit. I didn't want to say their names. That was someone else. All right. Let's message this person. Now I'm going to get those numbers up. And I have to say something about the comment. It's all evil. I think the concept of... Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm responding to the comment and the subject. And I'm putting my copy pasta in the message. I think the concept of good and evil themselves are the virus. The concepts of good and evil themselves are the virus. Maybe I'll say, maybe, perhaps. Perhaps the concepts of good and evil themselves are the virus. There you go. That is good. Let me check my messages. Did it go through? Oh, very good. 1, 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done 6 and it's 7:28. That's one every 5 minutes. I'm winning. I could do one every 1 minute at this rate. We will see. I really hope there's going to be a delay between my messaging and people supporting me. But what if I do this for a couple hours and no one supports? We have to figure something out. I had a pretty profound spiritual experience recently after some extended drug usage that left me completely broken and willing to try anything except what I was doing at the moment. The spiritual experience was so profound and tangible that there is no question about whether there's a God, because definitely is. Whether the will for God is what's depicted in the Bible or the Quran, I have no idea. I think all religions are just basically the interpretation of that God or gods. Most of it is outdated, but it's pretty hard, I think, to say it's a virus because it's all root. It's supposed to be pure and good. It's when you add human interpretation that things get blurry or evil, but that's our nature. I don't know who you are, how old you are, where you're from, but I can guarantee you this. There is, without a doubt, a power greater than ourselves, and you can call it God, you can call it the universe, but we are definitely not the end all be all. I haven't had just one of these experiences either. Years ago, I had a light at the end of the tunnel experience, followed by what I now interpret to be me being reborn. The doctor saved me in the end, but I feel like I didn't make it. I would have ended up being born again. It sounds crazy, and a couple years ago, I was in the same boat as you. You will come to this discovery on your own eventually in your lifetime, either when you're alive or when you're dead. After this discovery, my life has made a drastic change for the better. I no longer think of myself and myself only. I try to be as selfless as possible, pray, and have faith that the universe or God has a plan for me, that things are slowly starting to work out. And I can't explain it. It's truly a miracle. I no longer live in darkness on my mind. I hope I can help someone with this. When you are a spiritually sick person, you can't be happy. It defies everything this reality is. Being brutally honest with yourself, being open-minded and willing to set you free. Promise you that, brother, sister. Have a good day. Huh. Let me message this guy. They say this is copy pasta, maybe. Is this copy? In case this isn't copy pasta, it resonated with me. There we go. Cut off yet? Nope. My idea is still going. Okay. He has a negative point. I should upvote this guy. I should upvote the people I'm messaging. I'm an idiot. I'm messaging them, but I'm not upvoting them. Both are silly and irrational. Maybe, but here, let's get this guy too. Commander Beat. Stop saying their names, Shaz. Not everyone wants to be as famous as you. Oh shit, I just got out of the forum. Okay. But that's the whole point. I think the point is that they're irrational. It's supposed to be irrational because it's supposed to get you to humble yourself. But anyways. All right. Put this guy over here. Just organizing my tabs. See, this is the work. This is actual work that you don't know how to do until you do it. So what did this guy say? Both are silly or irrational. I think the irrationality is the point, but in a good way. Maybe. All right. Another one shot over the bow of the general discussion. Mm-hmm. You know what? I need to change the format of this, but we'll see. The way it's coming out isn't the best. One and worse in every part of the world is backwards. Wow, they're really pushing the culture wars. You do realize that Christianity being less violent than Islam is a fairly recent change? Yeah, as recent as the Crusades. Not even Christian missionary work was used as an excuse to destroy the Congo 50 years ago. Ah, a man of history as well as culture. Let's definitely hit this guy. Not many people know about the Congo. Congrats for knowing about Leopold. For referencing. The Congo. Empire's first real genocide. All right, and we're going to change the format on this. We're going to put space between my lines because it looks like they're getting a little mangled up when I send them. Let me just do as many as I can, and I'll just look over this afterwards. All right, so boom, boom. Yeah, I should just spam it until Reddit tells me no. Not a robot. And I send this off. Close this, go in my messages, make sure it's sent. Oh yeah, and it looks a lot better. If I had money, I'd have a tracking device and I'd find out how many of these people are being sent to my website. I don't have money to pay for my website tracking right now. Okay. While the Muslims are just hanging out, playing Yahtzee, doing nothing, and not doing anything wrong. Pointing out Christianity is a fucking cesspool means I must like Islam. The Catholic Church has done a lot of gay shit, but they contribute the most and are largest charitable organization in the world. Jeez. Only one turns vehicles into weapons and forces women to wear garbage bags in 90+ degree weather. Both are rubbish. You're rubbish too. Hey, get crucified, theist. Dad? Worship the same God, set back that society thousands of years, murder people because of a storybook. They're the exact same thing. They don't worship the same God. Talk about triggered snowflakes. Christian extremism have a much bigger negative influence on our actual lives than Islam. Gay rights, stem cell abortion is a lot determined by the Muslim vote. Christians are a much bigger issue for human rights than Islam in the Western world, only because Muslims haven't had the chance to properly invade yet and get their numbers up. Pick up a history book. Shit never ends well. Let me message this guy. I'm going to message people I don't agree with. I'm going to be like, you know what? Hey, speaking of history books, I actually summarized all of history recently. There you go. Let's see how this guy feels. So let's see how this reads. Speaking of history books, I actually summarized all of history recently. Hey friend, identified with your comment. My name is Shaz, and I'm looking for like-minded people to help me start a third political party. Here's my pitch depending on how much time you got. 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 200 minutes, 500 minutes. Any advice or support appreciated, and thanks for providing a rational voice among the noise. I'll leave that in. No reason to insult people. You gotta leave. I don't think that guy was being the most rational, but you know, what are you gonna do? Are these guys all within the last couple minutes? These are hours. Yeah, these guys aren't gonna respond right away because these are like 2 hours, 4 hours ago. Whatever, we'll see. That's the thing, is in order for a feed to get big enough for me to have people to find, the feed has to be a couple hours old, and then people might not be paying attention anymore. But Christians are well educated and they have great culture, but Muslims, on the other hand, have middle-aged cultures that is anti-gay and anti-woman. Culture of what? Priests raping kids? The vice president supporting electroshock therapy for gay youth? Yeah, all that is true and sucks, but we also have democracy, individual freedom, human rights, separation of powers, relative respect of law, most of which were hard won by centuries of civil wars and secular scientific progress against religious establishment. Exactly, but somehow it happened in Christian countries only. Are you suggesting we should commend Christianity for being beaten ideologically after 100 years of civil war and secular progress against Christianity's oppression and lunacy? No, but it did happen. It hasn't happened in Muslim countries. True. It's not really true. The Muslims are the ones who kept the institutional memory of Greek philosophy when white Christians or European Christians were being fucking dumbasses. We're going to have to message both these guys then. Let's see. Hey, just a quick comment on ever hear about the Library of Baghdad? There we go. I'm gonna do that. And we got this guy. He said, I think you had a one. I think read your comment about Western intellectualism beating back religion and was impressed. There we go. How many have I sent so far? Boy, this is going to be hard. I needed to get at least one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I hit my quota for the hour with 20 minutes to go. But I have no one signing up. This is what it's going to be like, I guess. Maybe I should go. I have other ideas. We're going to do this for an hour and then we're going to regroup. Those are characteristics of America, not Christianity. Is that error censored? Please do not mention the unnamed event. What is that even about? He never supported electroshock therapy, you dipshit. That was literally leftist propaganda. He supports conversion therapy. Electroshock therapy is a part of that in some cases. It's not explicit. Most Christian denominations in the U.S. don't even have priests. Great culture relatively to Islam. Yes, amazing culture. What exactly makes Islam worse than Christianity? The Pope says it's okay to hit children. Bible is just as homophobic as the Quran. Conservative Christians are just narrow-minded as conservative Muslims. Are you serious? You don't think the public execution of gays is a problem? That's not what I said at all. All right. This guy seems rational. See, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to support. Oh, but you know what? Some of these people might not be American. That's what it is. So we are going to say these people might not even know what I saw your words being used against you. I saw your words being used against you in a thread. Let's use that. I'm coming to your defense. And I'm saying advice or support. So if someone says, like, my advice is that you don't message random people, I'll take that to heart too. But I'm not. You know what I need to do? I need to have two accounts and I have to see if these are going through. I have a friend who uses Reddit. I should ask her. Not so great, but less shitty than the other. Even the Catholics I know are disgusted by that shit. I'm a roommate with a priest, Protestant and Catholic, and when they randomly argue about denominations, a Protestant basically no longer brings up the kitty diddling because the Catholic was like, bruh, we both agree that shit's disgusting. This is in comparison with Islam, where the vast majority of the population settled in Western countries believes in Sharia law and the coming of the global caliphate. Really? And that atheists and gays must be killed. The vast majority. Got any proof of that? I've got 2 roommates that aren't Muslim. They aren't actually disgusted by homophobia. They're very particular about gay marriage. Christians, well-educated culture. I can't tell if you're being serious or not with this comment. Evangelical Christians have the exact same anti-gay, anti-woman mindset and also follow middle-aged culture. I have to remember to upvote these guys. These guys are getting downvoted to hell. It's crazy. Ah, dang it. I'm getting kicked out of the thing. Anyways. I upvoted you, pal. I upvoted you, pal. Extremists of all types are bad. There you go. So that was good. Let's see. I'm not getting. I would expect at least one person to tell me to fuck off by now. This is concerning. Let's do this for an hour. Literally. Oh, that's interesting. He didn't say Islam was just worse. He said only Islam had that shit and that Christians have a great culture. Islam is equivalent to slow, mentally challenged kids. Making fun of them makes you look bad. Makes it kind of ironic that general liberal Reddit is pro-Islam, and God forbid you say you are Catholic. Reddit won't turn against Islam unless it becomes popular with white people. We should all convert to Islam and treat the atheists exactly the way the Quran suggests. So Reddit is hipster. Once it's to mainstream, get the pitchforks. But Reddit is full of retards, so it makes sense. Teenagers. The reality is that the Reddit mobile app put Reddit in the hands of every angry teenager in recess. Can confirm I'm retard on Reddit. Not really, since we're just wasting our life on here. Because Christians are so pro-gay, this comment has to be satire. Personally, I think that's more than that, but hey, that's whether religious or not. I believe if you want to take away religion, make us immortal. And here's okay. It's too bad that they're both the same story and actually worship the same fictional character. I think this really isn't accurate. Most atheists I know will consider both religions to be antiquated ideologies. Religion is the worst cultural virus to ever infect humanity. And in terms of what brand of dogmatism is worse, it's Islam. Christians aren't stoning homosexuals to death. We have Christian apologists running rampant in our politics, but we still have a secular society. Democracy is cancer, Islam's the answer. I'm a Muslim, and seriously, you can criticize my religion, I won't mind it if you keep it cool and respectful, no insult. There is a lot to say against my religion, and no religions are perfect. Wanted to add that often when someone says Christianity is evil, they're talking about the religion. And often when someone says Islam is evil, they're talking about brown people. But it's literally not. Jesus' teachings are great. It's just that people in power twisted them to their own agenda. Meanwhile, Muhammad was a warmongering, child-raping slaver, a truly disgusting human being. That's the difference between Christianity and Islam. One was good in theory, the other's literally the teachings of an absolutely despicable human piece of garbage. That's just a cop-out. If you really get into it, Yahweh and Jesus are the same being. So Jesus is the same entity that had murdered Everybody had Moses rape his enemies' children, raped a 14-year-old girl, etc., etc. There we go. Let's talk to this guy. Let's upvote him. Let's comment to this person. Let's downvote him. Man, everyone's getting downvoted in this bitch. I don't think this is an efficient way to begin, but whatever. We got 10 more minutes. I want to add, yes, about your comment on the racism of religious criticism on the dog whistle racism of religious criticism. And actually, my messages might not be going through to people, but then again, these are like 2 to 3 hours old. It's not literal. So let me message this guy. I live in Texas, and I literally know people who hate Islam because they don't like brown people. Anecdotal, yes. People generally don't defend Islam, they defend Muslims. Big difference. Religions in general. Buddhism's pretty chill. Tell them to stop the genocide in Burma. It's not genocide, it's self-defense against people who've been there for generations. Muslims are such cunts, they drive Buddhists to take up arms, just like those Jews. Poor Nazis. So who am I? Buddhism is pretty chill. Hey, speaking of Buddhism, I wrote it down. I think maybe me finding a community and other people to help. This is going to be tough going it alone. But we're spending an hour doing this. We're spending an hour to see what this approach will get me. Let's get out of this guy. Let's get into Republicans freaking out as data shows they're... I have to subscribe to politics. Let me do that. How do I subscribe? Subscribe to the subreddit. Okay. So I'm subscribed. Well, of course. Why do you think Mitch is trying to rig the judiciary as fast as he can? If conservatives find out they can't win democratically, they want to abandon conservatism. They'll abandon democracy. Okay, now we're going to look for the let's look controversial. Oh, that's why the rest of the downvotes were terrible. We're going to look up controversial, and we're going to look for the people who also bash the Democrats, because they are the ones that are wanting a change. Eventually, Mitch will share with other old white people his secret to live into their late hundreds. The guy's decomposing in front of our eyes. Why wouldn't he just die? Jeez. It's okay to cheer at this. Been saying it for years, and that's why they're dangerous. They know that slowly but steadily they are losing the war. Xennials, millennials, Gen Zers aren't going to fall for the bullshit when they have to fact check their bullshit with the internet. Every day a boomer or silent dies and a young vote replaces them. The younger generations aren't going to get conservative as they get older either. If anything, they'll become more liberal. So GOP is moving to make the country anti-majoritarian. It's the only way. Fire. Is this the rock bottom for the sub? I feel like rock bottom. Every college bro I know votes red. I don't think the party is going anywhere. Might change a little. I'm going after the college bros. I'm sad at the lack of PC bros. All the data I've seen shows the next generation of voters moving farther right. This post is a left-wing circle jerk. I'm Canadian. It's important to remember Reddit gets a fat paycheck to keep pushing the leftist agenda. Nothing against people who swing left. It's just painfully obvious what's going on here. People still believe this is how America actually feels. I should message the Canadian. I bet you anything the Canadian's going to be the first person to respond to me. Fight me, you bitch. I'd rather compliment your insight than fight you. Though sometimes I can be a bitch. Making friends on the internet. Making friends on the internet. Maybe I do this for like a day, and then the next day they come through. So far, nothing's happened though. No one signed up so far. Okay, what does this person say? Canadian. Glad you noticed the Reddit bias, eh? Gotta say A for Canadian. Or else. Anything. Care to try again? Try that. Oh, shoot. Bus. They gave me a CAPTCHA because I'm doing this too much. Verify. Bus. There's no more buses. I can't. That's not a bus. Shit. Bus. Click to verify. There are none left. I don't think so. There's no more buses. Like traffic lights. Oh, when you fail CAPTCHAs, you feel like an idiot. I don't see any more traffic lights. Okay. Boom. Cool. I got 2 messages. It took a minute, but I got 2 people to respond. Did I? Oh, I didn't. All right, sent. So here are all my sent messages. I thought I got responses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I sent 18. So I sent 18. I'll do 2 more to do that. But did I get any responses? I thought I got responses. Hey there, if you have a verified email address, you can opt to receive Reddit messages via email. Oh. All right, 1 person responded 3 minutes ago. Okay, there you go. Some people thought after World War I and World War II, we're going to delete that. Okay. Which comment? Perhaps the concept of, I should copy the comment into the message. I should copy the comment into the message. New at this. About Reddit being afraid to criticize Islam. I think you said they're all a bunch of bullshit. Evil. And lately, I've been thinking this black, white, evil, good, false dichotomy is their problem because it oversimplifies a complex world. Complex and ever-changing world. I look for rational comments to reach out to, and it stuck. So thanks for that insight. Speaking up. Okay, so I got one message. That's good. That is good. Let me send 2 more to get it even 20 within my hour. Whew. All right. Every college bro I know votes red. I don't think they're going anywhere. Let me message this person. Two hours ago. About regarding college bros voting red. There we go. I should you know what? I'm downgrading my hope to get 10 people. I just want one person. When you start something like this, you just want one. Okay. The people who buy antiques are old too. Is the antique industry dying? Antiques don't make public policy decisions. Oh, the Reddit app tells me when I get comments. That's good. I realize a lot of my writing is just a waste of time. If I can't connect with people on here, it's just a waste of time. But we'll see. We will see. Probably the same data that predicted Bernie's nomination. Is Reddit 99% liberals? What is liberal? Biased sources for emotional babies. Poor Reddit. This is crap without past data showing whether younger people generally tend liberal than move center right as they mature. The more college debt you have, the more likely you'll go for a Democrat. Only stupid people don't have college debt. Jesus Christ, Farron Cousins. Reading the article just gave me cancer. Please never link anything written by this person again until they learn how to write. This was transcribed by software. It says right there, this was a spoken word discussion written down. I've been hearing this every single year since 2006. A lot of faithless elections. Don't tease me. They'll grow up, they'll pay taxes, and they'll vote Republican. I'm grown up and hate the GOP. I was more conservative when I was younger and became more liberal as I got older. It's not hard to be against the GOP when I got smarter as I got older and started to see that they're not what this country stands for. But oh shit, I got another message from Reddit. This is cool. So there, I did it for an hour and I got one person to talk to me. Oh, here we go. It's that one person. So out of 20 people, one person engages. My only issue with starting a third party is that decides the vote. We cannot have Trump again. Yeah, here. I'm gonna send him a copy of my quotes. Yeah, click on these quotes. I'm gonna say, you can click on these quotes that go from Bush to Obama to Trump, Columbus. To Bush to. I think that the real problem is empire to drive corporate profits, and both sides are captured. Stems make us feel better, but we're approaching culture and literal suicide, I think. Feel free to check my work. Okay, so that's good. I have a conversation going. Something happened. It wasn't a sale, but it's something. How many did I send? 1, 2. So that one, at least the conversations stay in the same thread. 1. Oh, no, they don't. Shit. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. I sense 18 in that hour. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Should I turn off the video? I'll keep the video going. We're not really learning much. All right, look at that. Shaz with the hat on backwards. This is tiring. It's more tiring than I thought it'd be. Maybe because I'm reading it. I don't know. What the heck am I doing? Well, how do we find people? How can I advertise the fact that I'm running for president? Maybe, so here I am. Here's Shaz. And then here's like the world's opinion. Out of this world's opinion, there's a lot of different. Here's Shaz. We'll make him bigger. And then in the world, there's a lot of different. There's like Republicans, Democrats, anarchists, blah, blah, blah. The horseshoe. I should really go to the libertarians and the anarchists, the people who are closer ideologically to me. I don't know. This is good because I don't know. I got traction. Should I try this for another hour? I got one guy to talk to me. Let me try for another hour. Why not? Let's do 20 more, another hour, and then we'll go into those. All right. In the DC area, conservative men are shunned and unfuckable unless they enact prima nocta. Darwin will have his way with them. Voters have extremely short memory and are forgiving if the GOP just decided to stop being so openly racist. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, this guy, I think he messaged me again. Did he? No, maybe not. Well, that's interesting. The app is faster. Oh, no, it's an email. Talking about my SSL certification. All right, come on. I'm working here. All right. It's good. When I put the video on, I feel like I'm not working alone. So that's good. That's nice. Working with myself. It's things in your mind seem so much easier than when you do them in real life. Whatever. It is what it is. It won't mean a thing unless the younger people stop voting in the 30% range. Older voters double that percentage. Younger people won't be inspired to vote if all the Dems do is push neo-lib centrists. There we go. There we go. This is what I was looking for. There we go. Some criticism of the left. Thank you. Honest. Oh, shoot. I have to go copy. I copy my sent. Hey, friend. Identified with her comment. I hope this works because, I mean, there might be more efficient ways to do this, but that's what you got to be. I'd be like honest with yourself. The first idea you have probably won't work out, but you got to fail in order to get to the second and the third idea until you get to an idea that works. You just got to iterate, but the first iteration is really painful sometimes. I'm just tired of sitting at a computer. I feel like, wow. All right, ready? Exactly. The candidates being pushed are almost all rubbish with awful backgrounds. No, I mean, it's rubbish. You think this is a pony show and voting is my most sacred civic duty, shirking kids. Sorry, I'm not going to vote for a conservative with a rainbow sticker just because they call themselves progressive. Yes. Thank you. Conservatives with rainbow sticker. A la Hillary. Perfect. Let me not do the perfect. Nice phrasing. One writer to another. There we go. Thank you, my friend. I guess I could say their usernames. Why not? Jungle Jim. People are on fucking Reddit anyways. I'm reading the comments. You could just look up their comments. This is Jungle Jim. Thank you, Jungle Jim. I appreciate your comment. I can't believe I could just message people like this. This blows my mind. I thought I was going to be limited. Oh no. One of my links is broken and I've been messaging them. Whatever. We'll figure this out in the next one. One person respond. All you need in this world is one person to smile at you. Not even with someone to buy from you. But the niceness gets you through until that first sale. And someone talk to me like a normal human being. You want to go out for dinner sometime? I'd love to. You're probably a whole person with interesting ideas, thoughts, and dreams. I bet we have a lot in common. Oh, this became wholesome. What's your favorite dish? I got a few depending on the food. I'm a simple man, like a Louis Jadot Macron Villages for the price. I got a bottle of ice wine if you're feeling fancy. These guys are ridiculous. Most of them just won't vote unless they can do it on their cell. Your explanation would mean there wouldn't be so much support for progressive meme lord Joe Biden. I'm just going to quote the best phrases. I like that. Hello, Ceres. Progressive meme lord Joe Biden was quality material. There you go. Let me go to here. Let me go to here. I fixed the broken link. That's tough because it's like when you write, everyone doesn't like your stuff. A lot of casuals are going to like it when it gets popular, but right now I have to find the true believer people who just like it for being it, but those are few and far between. Taste is really niche when you get down to it. And then there's like popularity and other stuff. Don't think that's even remotely the case with 2020 candidates, but definitely agree that was the case with 2016. Every generation votes. Let's break the cycle. Why wait until you get old to vote? By then the damage is done. I kind of did. You missed the entire point. Actually, people's political positions are generally pretty baked by the time they're in their 20s. Do you have any basis for your claim that old people are vindictive asses? Am old person, see my neighbor's age this way over 40 years. Don't have a fancy report to back me up. Bad Green Wolf. I liked how you relied on your 40 years for 10 experience. In your comment. There you go. That was good. Good and normal, sincere. At least someone responded to me, so I know that these are going through. So we've proven that assumption. And I know I can engage with people. I don't know if I can convert them, but I can engage with them. The problem is my girlfriend is leaving me. Oh, I shook in the video when I talk about this. So she thinks that this is a crazy idea, and she says she's leaving me. I don't know, maybe she's not. We'll see when she walks through that door back there. I'll probably do this until she comes home. But we're in a bit of a kerfuffle right now. And yeah, it'd be nice to have a little bit of success and show her that this is actually worth something. I mean, maybe I have to get a job and be normal. I told her I promised her I would if this didn't work out. But the problem is we have to be out of this beautiful room by Monday. And I would like to keep this as a job so I could keep continuing doing it by Monday, which means within the next couple of days, I have to figure out how to generate those 10 people a day in order to keep this as a job. I think the writing's good. It's really tough when you write something to know if it's good. I mean, you can think it's good, you can say it's good, but is it? Do other people want to read it? Okay. And she just took someone as awful as Trump to be president. Fuck the GOP, but I really doubt they're freaking out about anything. They're firmly in power. They have a 50% chance of maintaining it. What we now need is a Democrat who looks forward and to compromise with all these white nationalist goals. Huh? Bush literally had a 54% approval rating among Democrats. Any Democrat not running on renditioning him and Cheney to The Hague are shit. There we go. Renditioning Cheney. Renditioning the war criminals. Thank you. While Obama said we're not going to talk about Obama. Let's just congratulate people. That's what it is. Understand how much real estate you have. Don't try to make 5 points when one is enough for the introduction. Oh my gosh. Cars. I don't see any more cars. I'm not a robot. I'm just a guy trying to launch a book campaign. Okay. So that's good. That should be able to tell him which comment that was. Do you guys not realize that articles like this are just Fox News for liberals? Fox News for liberals. Thank you. Let me do that. That's a good, pretty good. Just add what I like and just put a thank you. Fox News for liberals. Thank you. That's what it is. Compliment a like-minded individual, and then traffic lights, but they give you the blurriest photos. Do robots can't see through blur? This is good. Maybe 20. Maybe I have to do like 20 or 30. 20 or 30 an hour. I have to figure out what my ratios are. It'd be really nice to wake up into the morning to a book order or two. I might just have to do media. I might have to do media. But whatever. We start the hardest way first. I'm refreshing my email. Did anyone order my book yet? I'm ridiculous. Anyways, this is, you know what? Here, let me go back to the video. When I first wrote the Good Barracks Book of Toasts, which I turned into I turned into Good Barracks Manifesto. I went to Times Square and I stood there with my copies trying to sell it. And yeah, that was eye-opening. It was exhausting. A guy actually told me over there that I could do better if I was on the corner. Actually, maybe I'll go back to do that. I don't know what I'm doing after I leave this apartment. I don't know. I feel bad leaving my relationship, but we're having tough discussions. It's like, do I punt? Do I stop this? I mean, I'm done with the creative work. I could stop the craziness. I could settle down, get a job, get some money. And in the meantime, brainstorm how to get this. Or do I just do some sort of like in-person, like travel around, I work well in person. Maybe I should just go try to find some like-minded people. And anyways, we're doing this plan. We're doing this plan now. Because if this plan works, I don't have to go to the other ones. Or that's what it is. If I can monetize now, anyways, let's do the task at hand. But there are things on my mind. The fuck out of here. Democrats will split apart from the socialist movement. The Democrats are like 20 parties in one. They don't agree with each other. Only that Republicans have got to go. They become too diverse for their own good. Are they the Socialist Party, the Black Party, Islamic Party, Feminist Party? They're all over the board. If both parties could die off, we'd have a nation that agrees on what is sensible and ethical. That's what I want. This person, RS 1236. If both parties could die off. Yes. I think that's what it is. I'm going to find my emotional, like-minded people. It's asking me to select the images of the bridges, but like one of those was an on-ramp to a bridge. Oh, I clicked right. It bugs people. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's bugged by captchas. Not bugged by captchas like personally, just like we take, like when they're hard, you take it personal. Like I'm proving that you're a human shouldn't be this hard, but whatever. And I bet there won't be enough people support the Democrats either. They're both fucking terrible. Yes, thank you. They're both fucking terrible. Oh my gosh. Is here. Regarding they're both fucking terrible. Yes. Still trying to figure out how to give people compliments without pandering to them. Storefront. No. Do you call a gas station a storefront? This is hilarious. Storefront, but it has metal. All right, we're gonna. No, I did. Oh, I picked well. Like, is a gas station a storefront? Well, it's technically a store, and we're technically looking at the front of it, but you don't see the storefront of the gas station. Anyways, how can anyone with even the smallest amount of self-awareness or humanity be a Republican? I've never felt this way about the other. What the fuck? My ribs feeling funny. 50% prior to Trump. He makes George W. Bush look like a saint. Didn't agree with the guy, but at least he didn't divide. I'm feeling something funny near my ribs. Sometimes when you're sitting too long, you feel kind of like blah. Baby boomer and older generations grew up in a time when the Republican Party wasn't totally broken and still a respectable party. There was certainly no shame in voting for men like Eisenhower or George H.W. Bush. Nah, he was a warmonger, yo. Balls deep in Iran-Contra and utterly corrupt Reagan administration. There is a shame in voting for him. There you go. Let's message this guy. Iran-Contra. Regarding GWB, Iran-Contra, and exposing empire. I'm gonna have to do the capture every time now. Storefront. I hate the storefront one. That's a house, not a storefront. Unless they're selling shit. I'm guessing awning? You might as well just say awning. I'm not a robot. I pretty much hate all parties. Yes. All politicians. Regarding hating all politicians. Come on, one person. I have to have more than one person respond to me. Maybe it's just one an hour. Traffic lights, traffic lights, traffic lights. Oh, this is tough. The traffic light pole. Are you really going to make me do that? What about the little box across the street? Nope, I messed up. Bus. I have to do the cab of the bus. This is so tough. They'll have like the license plate poking out. Oh, you didn't do the bus. That's part of the bus. Verify. There we go. This is so hard. Those captions. I wonder if they have someone like working on them. How many have I done so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I've done 23. Let me start writing this down. I'm going to forget. I'm going to input them into my log later on. I'm being very accurate with this. So I've done 23 as of 8/27. I'll say 23 from 7 to 8/27. Let's say 8:30 and we'll take a 3-minute break. Oh, jeez. That's pretty good. I could probably bump that number up to, let's see, I did 12 and then just did another 40. I could bump that number up to 40. I don't like soreness from sitting down. Okay, so if I'm not run this until 9, then at 9, maybe I can make a list of podcasts and try to get on podcasts, and then for them it could be interesting because I'm a crazy guy with crazy idea. And for me it could be interesting. Well, I mean, of course I could get access to the user base. So maybe I could do that. See, the thing is, you have an idea and then you have to test it against the world by iterating. And I got the personal drama of the relationship too, so I'm kind of like, I'm not feeling hesitant or sad. I'm just, hasn't been like, it's tough to say things are bad days, but we're not in the best place. We're in the existential, should we stay in the relationship place? And a lot of ego and pride on both sides. She said some shit, I said some shit, and it's hard to walk back after you say certain shit. And then I have this whole crazy project I can't really defend. It's not a job right now. It's not making us any money. She's given me a month. But It's interesting. Anyways. I'm a middle-aged white man. The Republican Party has never had anything to offer me since they only represent white men. They're really fucked. I love it. I hope it all ends horribly. Oh. So it looks like I could spend an hour per sub, though. That's interesting. I'm just looking for anything that says anti-democrat, but like in a rational way. I'm looking for rationalism. People who say, you know what, the Democrats are also like. I'm looking for anti-imperialism, basically. I was out in the streets in downtown Fort Lauderdale trying to get people to realize their democracy was in peril, but a new episode of Ally McBeal was on that night, so very few people paid attention. Yeah. Okay, I don't remember any glowing endorsements from any predominant celebs for right-wing politicians. Wow. This is complicated. I'm like just glancing through a bunch of stuff. Now consider that instead of a corporation that exists to turn a profit, elected officials have obligations to support the interests of their constituents. Huh. They're trying to turn America into a right-wing oligarchy. Huh. I was a libertarian when I was your age, then I grew up some empathy and wisdom. Likewise, I grew up extreme libertarian views until around 19 when I literally saw how companies got massive tax bailouts, how bribery gives a 200 to 1 payout, and how people actually rely on government services. That changed my mind. In other words, once I got some life experience and grew some empathy, I was no longer libertarian and voted pretty much straight Democrat ever since. But what about the empire? I should just Google or search empire. Yeah, profit. Let's call it what it is, a never-ending Republican agenda to protect private profits at all costs. The Red Scare never ended. Before 9/11, Bush and Cheney started the National Energy Policy Development. This is a very thorough comment. The CIA has courted right-wing dictators because they allow wealthy Americans to exploit the country's cheap labor. Here we go. So this is good. This isn't bad about Democrats, but it's very documented. Like, this is the only person talking about empire here. One of the here very well documented comment on the American empire regarding your very well documented comment on the American empire. Palm trees, palm tree, palm tree, palm tree, palm tree. Verify. Yes, I am not a robot. I am not a robot. And I got another message. I could hear a lot of Mexican music or Spanish music outside. Okay, I read the first and second link. Who codes that? Who coded that? The second, it's too jumbled and all over the place. If you want to start something successfully, you have to make it more digestible to people. No offense by this. I'm just giving some constructive. Thanks. Yeah, I'm doing it all until I get a little money. It's all jumbled and all over the place. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. All jumbled and all over the place. That's not good at all. The first and second link. So the first one was, okay. I think it works best in vertical. On your phone, try to use a screen simulator to make sure the format worked across phones and desktop. But perhaps still have work to do. Doing outreach now, but yeah, I would love further feedback at the very beginning of my journey. I should give him the text only version because that is pretty simple. Here we go. So we are going to do, that's why there's a couple different ways to read this, because I knew that some of them might be fucked up. Okay, so let us go here. Here's a text only version. Here's a text only version, but then here's a text only version, but if you don't resonate with a page, just scroll to the very bottom to get to the next one. I think it links 6 or 8 in succession. Forward. History of galaxy. History of mankind. History of America and my friend's addiction. Galaxy. History of mankind. History of civilization. History of America and my friend's addiction. Galaxy, history of mankind, history of mankind, history of mankind, history of civilization, history of America and my friend's addiction. Galaxy, history of mankind, history of civilization, history of America and my friend's addiction. Galaxy, history of mankind, history of Your friend America, my friend's addiction was it 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this it? I think so. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. All right, I have one person talking to me earnestly after 2 hours, but whatever. This is a learning experience. Yeah, so OG, forward methodology, history of galaxy, mankind, society, America. And then we're going to say history of myself. We're going to say recent adventure experiences. I think those are the sections. Anyways, no obligation. Choose your own adventure. Really hoping I can bootstrap this and not have to seek corp seek out a publisher. Really first positive response or any really. So that alone made my night. Mm-hmm. So let me check my link. My link works. Well, anyways, I got one person who's being nice enough to dialogue with me. All right. And I just sent some thumbs. Yes. Okay. Don't forget 2019 in Venezuela. Let's talk about this guy. Message this guy who brought up Venezuela. And your comment about Venezuela and the American Empire. Oh, now I have to copy and paste my old thing though. Because every time I copy and paste, I erase the last copy and paste. Okay. Last time I did this, I had a broken link. Oh, I think that was just my mistake though. Okay. This one's good. I'm not a robot. More captchas? No more captchas. Haha, I am de facto human being again. Who cares about their founders? They're dead. The trials and tribulations of today are not theirs. It's interesting when you write, you're like, how am I writing about things people care about? Until people actually thank you for what you wrote, you don't know. It might have just been, it's worth it to process my own thoughts, and I feel a lot healthier, and I know it's wisdom. It just might only be applicable to my life, and maybe my head was really funny, and I needed to write all that and argue with myself to get myself clear. That's not a bad thing, to make a piece of art that resonates with you and no one else, because it's like Jung's red book. I have always identified with that. Make it for yourself first, and if you're an artist and it resonates with everyone else, but maybe you're not an artist, maybe it was just a diary. but that means I'm going to have to go back to work. If I can't make this work, I'm going to have to go back to work. That's being rational. I'm willing to deny reality to a point, but at some point you have to join the rest of society, whether I'm too far advanced or I was just on my own personal loop, which isn't as relevant. I think it's relevant. That's what it is. I think I'm smart and I think I have insights and I think I have cultivated a sensibility and a sensitivity, but I don't I need verification, objective verification. Hmm. Mm, mm. When done by Democrats, unthinkable, blah, blah, blah. Packing the courts won't work in the long run because the legislative branch becomes liberal enough. Suppose judicial malfeasance pushed the vote to become more liberal, then blah, blah, blah. Congress becomes liberal, they can remove the judges. You need 2/3 of the Senate to remove a federal judge. I don't trust this article. Will always be Republicans as long as this country keeps reducing race. See, that's the thing. If I need more time to build up my fan base too, if like what I'm giving myself 48 hours to do this, what if I just need 6 months to build up an action and then just consistently blog and then maybe I need to do that. I'll do this today and tomorrow. I'll do this tonight and I'll regroup. That's what it is. If I'm going to stay with my girl, I'm going to have to like do something for us. I've taken a lot of time for me to finish this. Anyway, come on, Democrats. I should just look for it. Democrats. Find Democrat 37. Democrats would never do that. Here you go. Democrats are still largely pro-corporate, empty vessel stooges. We had to put the past behind us. Another bullshit intended to keep the public from ever realizing that they have the power to subsume that of the ruling class and their agents. They will always only want to put us in prison and not the other way around. Democrats are still largely pro-corporate, empty vessel stooges. Yes. Thank you. See, people are out there. They're out there. Regarding your comment about them being pro-corporate stooges, you know what? This might seem like a very not what do you call it, efficient way to do things, but I could see it taking off. That's the tough thing about being an artist or being a creator. I don't see any more crosswalks. I'm a human being, I swear. Oh wait, crosswalks or sidewalks? Shit. I see streets. I don't know if these streets have crosswalks. I don't think they do. I don't see any more crosswalks. All right, bus. I could do the bus. Unless like it's such a grainy image. Are there buses in there? Oh my God. You have to wait for the new bus to appear. No more buses. Verify. No, I'm not human. Crosswalk. See, it's like they're showing me a dirt road. Is that a crosswalk or is it just dirt? I think I did it too early. You have to wait for the crosswalk to go away and then the next one will come up. Okay, am I human? I am human. I'm not a robot. What if I got to a point where like I can't answer this and I'm like, guess what? I'm a robot this whole time. But the tough thing about being an artist is that you imagine something that hasn't been created before, and then you go and you try to create it. That's like you have to understand. Sometimes you imagine stuff that can't be created, and you have to, or you imagine stuff that you think it could be created in a day, but it's really a year. So it's like you're stepping into the uncreated and the unknown, but then it's like you're suspending your rationality, but then you also need rationality to rein yourself into. It's so fucking confusing. It's like, am I being delusional? Am I being optimistic? Am I being... It's interesting. And my ideas pan out. I mean, that's how I built a real estate company. I imagined it and then I did it. But it happened a lot longer than I thought. So that's what it is. Patience and feedback. You have to set goals and you have to measure. Objective metrics are so important. All right, anyways, that was a good idea, though, Democrats. So from the beginning. This is actually something I've been saying for decades. You can see this trend all the way, blah, blah, blah. If we ever get a single dominant party, there'll be zero reason for them to ever... Here, maybe Nuclear Shadow. Maybe I'm going to tell Nuclear Shadow that, yeah, let's create a third political party. Your comment about not wanting a single dominant party. Let's replace the Republicans with a better opposition. There we go. You know what? I need dreamers. These first people to support me are going to be people who say, I can see that happening. But it's going to be a certain type of people. Because right now, to see, there's no bicycles in this fucking picture. Oh shit, I was right. They tried to trick me. Oh, this is too long. What? Okay. Robot. I have to do another caption. At least this one's palm trees. I know palm trees. Almost missed it. I know motherfucking almost missed it. I know motherfucking palm trees. I grew up with palm trees. Oh yeah. All right. But that's what it is. My first purchases are going to be probably dreamers. So it's like, not only do I have to find the political people who like vibe with me politically, and then like that guy said, a lot of people might not even be able to read the website. The website might not be... You know what? Maybe I should just do I'm acting like the website's intuitive. What if there's like so many things that could be wrong here? What did he say? He said he couldn't read it, so I sent him the text. So I have one tester. That's what... I haven't earned a supporter, but I've earned a beta tester, which is good. And he seems positive, or she. But they were doing a dialogue, and I've thanked them for it. So I found one person to check my shit out. So my website might not be accessible. Oh, what else? People might not believe in me. I think I'm getting the tone right. I think the people I'm messaging, there's a reason. Maybe not. Well, naturally, after deploying the middle class, destroying the middle class. All right. Anyways, this was a smart idea. Look for Democrat people who are questioning whether the Democrats are really the opposition. So wanting candidates that support your political beliefs that aren't politically corrupt is demanding a pony show. It's almost like the dismissive attitude that people like you have for the majority of youth voters is why they don't show up. The Democrats offer them almost nothing and expect their votes anyways. Yes, youth. Maybe the youth are the idealistic types who are going to believe in me. Regarding the Democrats offering the youth nothing but expecting Maybe that's what I need to do. What I need to do is I need to storefront again. Oh, Juan Pollo. Fuck yeah. This was totally taken in Southern California. That's not a storefront. That's a store sign. That's a storefront. Maybe young people who would appreciate the attention. Traffic light. Come on. These are the worst. All right. So do you mean the light or do you mean the pole too? Do I have to do the whole base as well? I'm gonna guess you want everything. Do I have to do the shadow? Not the shadow. That would be ridiculous. I must have had to do the shadow. All right. Maybe just the light. Just the light, not the shadow, not the pole. Motorcycle. All right. That I can't fuck that up. That's pretty easy. You get me? Tractors. All right. I can't fuck this up. There's just grass and tractors. How am I going to? And they're all in one part. Now, if, oh my God, traffic light, the pole or the actual light? It's not a good time to be a stickler for language. All right, this one, they gave me an easy one. I think they've been giving me a couple easy ones. A fire hydrant. See, a fire hydrant is singular. Click to verify there's none left. I think they're just doing this. I mean, I don't mind doing this actually because, like, no, I do mind doing it. But at least it's kind of fun to look at all the different fire hydrants. That's actually interesting. I'd buy a book of fire hydrants. I'm not a robot. They are checking my audio. They're like, the man said he would buy a book of fire hydrants. Yeah, he's not a robot. He's a dumbass. No, you're not a dumbass for liking fire hydrants. Okay. Both parties could die off anyways. So I think I've exhausted this thread and it's the end of the hour. Let's go to another thread. Not the only person in this footage. Not one person in this footage is. Let's talk about war. Find a keyword. That's the best way to do this. Okay, so how long am I going to do this for? It's so funny. I sit down, I'm like, I want to go for 6 hours. And you're like, this is hard. I'm looking at myself live right now. Oh, Shaz. The inanity of your hopes and dreams. All right. Oh. That's an issue with art is sometimes you keep it in the cellar too long, or you keep it in the cellar so long you're like, my art's so important. You just work on it and work on it. Then when you bring it out, you're like, look, I made this, and you're so proud of it because you've been working on it so long. But then the rest of the world's like, Then you realize that you still have to translate it for mass consumption. What do I want to do? I want to start a third political party when I explain my ideas in a logical manner in person, people seem to vibe with them. Maybe I should stick to in person, but the beautiful thing about the internet is that you can go viral. Maybe I need to brainstorm how to go viral. All I need is traction. That's what it is. That's what's my idea. If I get traction, then I can build from there. 2 hours for one comment. Let me count my messages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22. So if I do 2 more, I'll have 24. Let me do 2 more real quick, and then I average 1 every 5 minutes. Okay. We're going to look up for Democrat. No, Democrat's not coming in here. We're going to look up corruption. Corruption's not in here. Let's find a new subreddit. Come on. We just need to do 2 more to jump up to that 24 number. It might be 100. I might be 1 out of every 100. Let's do... Are we doing all? Let's do popular. We'll do popular. Rhino poacher trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions. Maybe I was going to do Twitter after this. I'll find Twitter. I'll practice my Twitter game after this. Yeah, because I'm kind of tired of like sitting like this. My phone's charged up, and this video, I'm not going to record it forever. So what will I do? I will find another. I'll do 6 more, so I'm at an even 30. Joe Rogan. My 15-year-old brother-in-law girlfriend just died from childbirth. Philanthropy cannot be used as an excuse to glorify absurd levels of wealth inequality. There you go. I'm going to find my people in there. Countries that help working class students go to university have healthier citizens. All right, sometimes I just have to open something pretentious, insurance TV advertisement aimed at people. All right, that was interesting. Yeah, maybe Reddit's not where I'm going to start this. What's up with windmills causing cancer? This phone case. Should I look up politics maybe? I'm not finding really political stuff. Mom tried to get me pregnant at 14. I don't understand that. Are you fucking your mom? Oh gosh, I have to read this. This is a terrible. This is like the National Geographic, the National Enquirer. Oh, it's a man mid-20s when she's 14. Mom tells her to sit down. She says that she wants a grandbaby now so she can get more smokes. In her words, she pointed at the man beside her who is now looking terrified. He didn't know I was 14, nor that he was there to practically get me pregnant for food stamps. I want to piss her off, so I say, no, ma'am, this is really a dumb idea. She, in her infinite wisdom, hated this. She hated me talking back. She goes on the offensive. Poor guy's terrified. She's screaming, 14-year-old girl talking back. He runs away and calls the police on my neighbor's phone. 15 minutes later, they get there and try to calm her down. This doesn't work at all. She screams at them that she's my lover and mother. She slaps a cop. She goes down to the floor hard. Long story short, after that, I go to live with my dad until I turn 18 and get married. She gets off on some plea deal and gets 2 years and a bunch of community service. The court tried to get me to return to her at 17, which instead of that, I got emancipated. I was working at that point and got engaged. Anyways, that was interesting. That was an interesting way. Okay. San Francisco-based startup robbed every customer they have of thousands of dollars overnight and then fired the staff. Jeez. Hey, someone subscribed to me on YouTube. That's cool. So I got a YouTube subscriber. So I got one conversation. One guy is giving me feedback on my website, and one guy subscribed to me on YouTube. That's not a bad 2 hours spent on the internet. It's not a zero. I'm hoping for one more Reddit community I could go in and try to find like-minded people. Please kill me, or maybe there. All right, let me go to the people that might like me. Let's subscribe to some subreddits now. Anarchism. Just sometimes it's even worse when you go to the people who are supposed to. Beneath the pavement, the beach. What's that all about? Let me read. Let me subscribe. How do you subscribe? Don't you sub on the right? Message the moderators. Approved. Blah, blah, blah. I can't sub. Free Talk Friday. Huh. Well, yeah, I'll just message away in here. Is privacy and anarchism an anarchist concern? What you're asking, it's a human concern. Anarchists must oppose privacy. There's no way you can justify limiting someone else's access to information. There are issues in our current world with imbalances in power, and it's understandable to want to hide things from folks with exponentially more power, but you need information to understand and to act. And in an anarchist society, there's no way you can justify limiting someone else's ability to understand and act. Sure, I can. Jeez. This is, when you get into those just idea conversations, then it just becomes off topic. Whatever. What is this? Subscribe. Yes, I found the subscribe button. For whatever reason, I'm just finding out the Center for the Stateless Society has a podcast. Cool. I will message this person and thank them for that. Thank you for letting me know about the Center for a Stateless Society. Thanks for the tip about the Center for a Stateless Society's podcast. I have to prove I'm a robot? No. Yes, they already know I'm a robot. So I'm going to do 5 more. I'm going to get it up to, I'm going to get this up to 30. I think is what it was, yeah. Bezos gives 0.0906% to charity. If you make $25 an hour and drop a $20 bill on 2 GoFundMes per year, you're giving more of your income for charity than the richest person on earth. Controversial. Why is what he does with his money anyone else's business? Because hoarding that amount of money impacts those anyone else's. He has every right to hoard, burn, spend. He has every right until we break out the guillotine. Rise up and overcome the machine, eat the rich. I'm a 14-year-old that has no clue how the world works. Hyperbole. That was funny. When you are so developmentally immature, you can't understand the concept of basic human rights. Whatever, poor person. His money makes him money. There's nothing. Probably a huge pussy in real life. Oh my gosh. You won't do shit. People arguing on the internet. His money makes him money. There's nothing he has to do any more to make more money. The problem is he's literally sitting and hoarding billions of dollars that could be in other people's pockets, circulating in the economy. And instead, what we see is people like Bezos taking money out of the community pool and not contributing anything. This bullshit needs to stop. Thank you, Princess Stank Memes. All right. Which I think is a guy. Regarding your comment about Bezos hoarding wealth. Maybe politics was too much on the nose. Maybe I have to go back to just like basic social injustice. I mean, but what if I just get more comments like your website sucks? I wasn't really prepared for that. I thought my website was on point. This guy says his money is making money. He's not hoarding it. He's investing it. Yeah, but when he buys newspapers, when you have so much power to affect the gravity of an economy, I mean, there's markets get corrupted by concentrations of wealth. But anyways, I'm not here to argue. I'm here to find like-minded people. What trickle-down bullshit? Someone providing a good or service is the premise of all human interaction. It's not exactly new. I think it was Immanuel Kant that talked about such a society in which such disparities exist. Such a disparity would include doctors getting paid, blah, blah, blah. His value is based off property too, so if you make $25, he earned it. He didn't take any of my money. He offered up goods that I wanted and I bought, and he earned money. If he didn't earn it, I wouldn't pay him. I don't give a shit what he does with it afterwards. I got my shit cheap, and in 2 days, kudos to him. But the question about that is like, you're not understanding all the people along the chain who are affected. He's getting his shit cheap based off of injustice. But it's hard to track the injustice in the modern world because the modern world is based off of separating cause and effect. Let me see if anyone says something like that. Please stop abusing ellipses. Amazon employees are getting fucked over hard. Yeah, that's what's weird. It's like we're talking about Bezos, but it's stocks and it's not literally cash. It's his money. He gets to do what he wants with it until we cut his head off and take it from him. Jeez. What the fuck is this up? Showing the Democrat Socialists for what they are, same as any other political group. Really, no better, no worse. You don't actually care about poor people. You just want to kill people and be justified in doing so. Lenin was the same way. Yeah, let's message this guy. I kind of agree with him. Just like Republicans don't care about babies. Yeah, see, I want people who criticize both sides. You're all the same mind of bloodthirsty animals. Calling regarding you're calling out the bloodthirsty animals. Oh my gosh, the crosswalk ones. I'm terrible at the crosswalk ones. Tractors. All right, there's one tractor in a fucking field. One tractor in a fucking field. How did I get that wrong? It was a field and one tractor. Motorcycle. There's one motorcycle. Maybe there's a motorcycle way down deep in the street. No. Yep, I got that one wrong. Storefront. Now they're just fucking with me. I'm good at the storefront, so I've never missed a storefront. I've never missed a storefront. How many more do I have? I'd like to be more people to go. Did I just get another? Holla, I got two. I got two more messages. Hopefully it's someone new and not my old friend, although my old friend was cool. I want to keep my old friend. It's really hard running for president. All right, I'm still trying to do this capture storefront. See, I'm not going to hit my 5 quota. Whatever. It's tough. This show me that 3 hours of internet. I mean, if I was going to make this a job and offer people $5 a book if they sell it, I mean, but maybe people are better at this than me. Maybe people can figure it out. I just got to break this problem down into its constituent parts. All right, I think I'm good. Nope, I fucked that one up too. All right, buses. I've never missed a bus one. I just missed a storefront one. The buses are pretty easy. Now that's a minivan. That's not a motherfucking bus, but that's a bus. I'm waiting. Any more buses? Okay. I am not a robot. I'm not a robot. The Shazbot succeeded again. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? So we're going to do this one. Oh, let's check out our messages. We got a message. 2 messages. No, I only got 1 message. Really? I only got 1 message? I thought it was 2. So, what reason regarding your very well documented comment on the American Empire? So there is like an hour or 2 delay because I'm hitting these people way late. Okay. Unread. Jeez, this is sheesh dumb. I'm learning how to use Reddit too. All right, so let's go. What reason is the Democratic Party not the one? Don't risk losing the election next year for a split party. Empire is the main one. Just a recent example. Our intervention in Venezuela is being led by a Dem Repub coalition. Obama, then you can go back to Sam Powers advocating intervention in Syria on behalf of the Kurds, but staying quiet on the Yemen massacre or any other led imperial adventure. Left and right politically both support empire. The left are just smoother in their rhetoric. It's tough. And empire is what's suiciding America, cutting our treasury and killing our youth. Yeah, people. I care because I served and have a lot of friends over there. But just from a standpoint, that's the elephant. Any feedback I appreciate. I'm responding to that guy. That's good. And then what else? Did I get another message? Maybe I got another message too. Oh, I got signed out. I got logged out. Seriously? Maybe that's all. Maybe that's all. I just logged out. Yeah. Why'd you log me out? Because I was messaging too many people. I mean, now I know how many people I can message before I get kicked out. Go to Twitter. Maybe I can do Twitter. Oh, I got a new message from my friend. That really means a lot. So I responded to that guy. Your very well documented comment on American empire. Empire is the main one. Just a recent exemplary intervention in Venezuela is being led by a Dem-Repub coalition. Then you can go over to some powers advocating intervention in Syria on behalf of the Kurds, but staying quiet on the Yemen massacre or any other Dem-led imperial adventure. The left and right politically both support empire. The left are just smoother in the rhetoric. And empire is what's suiciding America, gutting our treasury and killing people. I care because I served and have a lot of friends, fam, who went over there. But just from a money standpoint, that's the elephant in the room. Any feedback appreciated. TLDR. Dems are terminally co-opted, hence tacit approval of empire. So my friend said, I will try to look at the code and see if I can make any changes to it to help you out. And if you have a message of positivity and your intention is to help people, then you're doing an amazing thing. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to look further into your story when I have some time to sit down and read. It's been a long night of silence. Your words of support are truly appreciated. Thank you. What a sweet man. See, you reached one person. I reached one person. That's enough. That's enough, Reddit. That's enough, Reddit. I tried. I reached one person. That's all you can do. I think, yeah. I'll try Twitter now. Twitter's a whole nother thing. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll do to 9:30. We'll do 2.5 hours. We'll call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. I thought I did more. Oh, no, it's the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 37. I could do, 37's cool. I'll do 37. I could have done a little bit more. So 37, 7 to 9:30. So let's say 37 over 90 minutes. No, how much is that? 2.5 hours. So 120, 150 minutes. 37 over 150. 150 divided by 37. 1 every 4 minutes. That's below the 1 every 5 minutes. So we'll say 4 minutes per message rate. I'm going to say 1 response, positive convo. We're going to say how many responses? 3 responses. It's not a it looks like 10% response rate based off of my data here. And 3%. I mean, no conversion rate, 10% response rate, 3% like matriculation to the second step where we're actually talking back and forth. So it might actually be a 1 to 100 conversion rate, which, I mean, it was 1 to 3% conversion rate when I advertised real estate. So I did business with 1 to 3% of the raw contacts. So if I turn this into a sales pipeline and I have different gates that I'm trying to matriculate the people into, from raw contact to conversation to actual sold book, it might be that same 1 to 3% ratio. Maybe there's like a law out there. Let me Google that real quick. What's a good sales conversion rate online advertising? 9.21%. But I mean, is that to conversion rate for participation, and then you're selling out of that 9 point? Yes. When someone asks me what a good conversion rate for Facebook ads is, I usually reply with, how long is a piece of string? There's so many variables to take into consideration. Conversion occurs when a user completes a desired goal on your website or Facebook. For example, if you run ads to a blog post, your goal may be to drive traffic. 9.21% average conversion rate, but that's just click-through. So we're converting for one action, and the action usually is to hit your website. And then people who hit your website, now you're converting to actual. You have to take those numbers and then run them through who's buying. 9.21 conversion includes everything from page views, opt-ins, direct calls, video views, sales, and other actions that the businesses want to achieve. So they're counting all their actions, including sales. A conversation on Facebook doesn't always mean a sale. Yeah, so out of that 9%, less than 3% of the entire website traffic converts on their first visit. So 9, yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I think that. Yeah, now they're talking about how much are you making off of each customer, blah, blah, blah. I understand all that. But basically, what it is so 10% conversion is okay. So off of my first, I have metrics now. This is the art of sales. We have matrix. If by blasting people, because I could get better at my blast too, picking and choosing who I'm throwing out there. But now let's put some numbers behind this. So if 10% of the people I'm messaging are interacting with me, that's 10% conversion rate for what I'm trying to do, which is interactions. Out of those interactions, if 10 to 30% of those are converting into actual, because the more I interact with people, the higher the chances go up. First of all, if they interact with me, I guess right that we're politically aligned or there's some sort of common interest or taking time to respond to me. And then I think I'll be above 10% of that, which is what happened in real estate. I would get 10%. No, I was lucky. I had a pretty good system. I get 50% conversion. Out of people who contacted me, 50% would fill out my form. So I had 50% of my contacts going into my funnel. But then out of those, 10% of those would make it to actual meetings with me. So yeah, that's what. No, what that? I'd have to look at my metrics. I ended up with the raw contacts to final closing was 1 to 3%, and that's what I'm guessing. I'd be happy with 1% on this, but would I? No, but that means no, because I need. Well, it's tough. In order to make this a job, I have to get at least 4 sales an hour because I want people to make at least $20 an hour doing this. So if I have 1% conversion rate, that means I need to contact 400 people. And I could only feasibly, at this rate, contact 1 every 5 minutes. If I doubled that, I'm still only at 24 people an hour. And right now I only did like 1 every 4 minutes. So I did about 12 to 15 an hour. So even if I doubled that, if I did 30 an hour, I need a conversion rate. I need 4 of those 30. So let's say 4 of those 28. It's 1/7, which is about 15%, just under that. So I'm getting about 10%, 10 to 15% interaction rate, and I need 10 to 15% closing rate. This is going to be tough. So I need better quality interactions. Let's say I can close 1/3 of the people I interact with. So that means in order to close 4, I need to interact with 12. In order to interact with 12, I need to blast 100. It's too many. Reddit definitely won't let me do. I can't do that with the captchas. But I'm starting to get numbers. Data's starting to go in my head. Let me write some of this down. So I'm going to put, my goal is 4 an hour. Goal 4 per hour. Which you have to make assumptions and then just test them against the data. Every time you get more data, your assumption is going to be better and better until you actually start tracking towards reality. If I want 4 an hour, we want 4 actual sales an hour. It's okay if those come the next day. You do this a couple of days. That's the tough thing about having to do this when I have an existential crisis, like where to live Monday. But we'll figure that out tonight when I talk to the girl. I won't talk too much about my relationship. So we have 4 sales an hour. And let's say that 1/3 of the people I interact with are going to do that. So I need 12 people I interact with, which means 12 interactions an hour, which means I'm going to have to get like more people to interact with me based off of my messages, which means let's say 36. I could do 36, but then that's a little bit more than like I should be doing a message every minute to 2. So let's say 36 messages an hour. So these assumptions are saying that 12 interactions an hour means that I'm converting 1/3 of messages. And then 4 sales an hour means that I'm converting 1/3 combos. Okay. 36 messages an hour means a message. 2 minutes. Let's run these. Next time I do Reddit, I'm going to run these assumptions. But that was interesting. That was my buddy over here said that he's going to look at my code. I'm going to end it on a positive note. He told me to keep doing it. That was very sweet of him. And yeah, being nice to people, even when they seem like they're doing crazy stuff, weird stuff, is kindness. That's what it is. Suffering makes you a bit of an asshole. It makes you closed in, and then that's why I guess I like sales since I was young. Because that human interaction, you get back in line with the code of human behavior. Kindness is always appreciated when you're down, and that whole thick skin of being a salesperson, you have to be like out there just over and over again. It wears you down, but then you see, people like that. There's no, he's not gonna buy anything from me. He might not, but it's just like you get these attaboys, which are almost better than the sales. The sales are like, all right, I delivered a service. You like what I'm doing. But the attaboys are like, I don't really need. And that's what makes you want to pay it forward too. That's how sales makes you a better person. You're like, I don't need to buy anything from you. Actually, I don't want to, but I want to tell you to keep going because I respect what you're doing. That was cool. I need the money. But I have to question my own assumptions. So this is a humbling process. I had to start it, and I started it. And next time I do this, I'm going to be more humble and smarter. Now I'm going to try to figure out that Twitter.